Hola y bienvenidos. Welcome back to MMHC. Eddie, what is your New Year's resolution?
I was going to say something super bad. Okay, no. Let's see. One that I'm actually working on and I'm happy to share with everyone. Uh I I'm bad at budgeting, not because I'm bad at keeping a budget. I just don't do it. I pretty much just like and but let me vouch for myself a little bit. I've made a lot of improvements in my spending habits since prior to Kevin and I buying our house. So before I was definitely someone who would like, I'd have my credit card, I'd make minimum payments, whatever. Carry a balance, great, not great. Now I never carry a balance. Every month, everything is paid off. I feel good about that, right? Other than student loans and our mortgage, that's it. Like there's no other accumulated debt. But I don't like track, oh, I started with this much money in my account. This is where I ended up with pay, all that stuff, right? And so I've been wanting to do a better job with budgeting, but I just like it's very daunting to think about
Yeah.
like tracking every single expense. So, what I've decided is maybe a starter or a good way to start with it is what if I on December 31st, I cleared all my credit cards. Like I paid everything off. I took the totals that I paid and I added it up, and then I subtracted it from what was in my bank account because it was going to take a few days to post. And I started with that number on a budget sheet. And now this budget sheet at the end of the month, I'm just going to do what each credit card payment is and then what my pay is, and then any other like Zelle or Venmo payments and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna use that as my beginner budget tracking. So that's something that I've already made the Google sheet for it. I'm ready to go.
Nice.
January is prepped for the end of the month when I make these payments. So yeah, I think if I were to say I have a New Year's resolution, let's go with that one because that is something that I have wanted to work on. I gave myself to the start of the new year to be like, okay, we got to lock in and do this. And here we are.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
it. I feel like, man, that's something I find so hard too. That
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually really sat down
I have
and
not.
made a budget.
It's hard. Yeah.
I know,
And I
right?
feel like I've tried it. Like, I've definitely tried different variations of what if I just keep a Google sheet and every time I
Hmm.
spend money, I put it on there. And then you forget once. Or then you forget,
Yeah.
and then it's like, I'm not going to do it anymore. We're fine. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to try something too big that I get overwhelmed and then I lose confidence in myself and I just give up on it. So this is my
Makes
baby
sense.
step. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Do you set any for yourself? What are you thinking?
I kind of have two that I want to accomplish, and I am not really going to keep track of it hardcore, which goes against our recommendations for setting smart goals. But I want to do more yoga this
Nice,
year.
nice.
I I've been doing it more lately, and I just find that my body loves it, and
Mhm.
like I crave it, and it feels so good. I'm a very inflexible person physically. I like to say I'm pretty cognitively flexible, but I'm just a very stiff. I just am not very flexible at all. So if it's something that I could work on, core strength, posture, flexibility, I want to do more yoga. I wouldn't even mind being able to do some more yoga in like a community, like finding
Mm,
a yoga studio.
nice. Yeah.
But I'm honestly genuinely worried about my flatulence and my heavy breathing. Uh, and I wish I was joking, but I am not. I am worried that I'm going to go into a yoga class and make an absolute fool of myself because,
I feel like the
uh,
instructors would appreciate that. Just like this
yeah.
trying something new. Did I ever tell you I took a semester long yoga class in college?
Oh, I don't think you did. Or
Oh,
maybe
senior
during our yoga
year.
episode.
Dude,
Nice.
yeah, senior year. Yeah, maybe I did bring it up that episode, but senior year with a bunch of our friends. I took the class. I fell asleep in pretty much every class and was
Oh, I
snoring.
remember this part
Yeah,
now.
and my friends used to like give me shit, but I think the instructor would be like, no, it's fine. He's doing deep relaxation. Let him be. Yeah. I don't remember her name, but she was cool. She was a homie.
Yeah, if she lets you
Yeah.
sleep in class, why
Yeah.
not? My other one is spending more time with like friends.
Nice.
Like my high school buddies and I have been watching movies together and like
Hmm.
just calling on the phone and like all saying 1, 2, 3, go on the play button.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
we've
Yeah.
only really watched Arnold Schwarzenegger movies so far, so I think we're just going to continue with that.
That's fine.
But it's been so much fun, especially because we're all in different places. We've been terrible at keeping up with each other over the past 20 years, right? Since we got out of high school. It's not
Hard.
been that long for
Yeah.
us yet. But to just be able to sit down, talk on the phone, watch a movie. We just watched Conan the Barbarian, which was ridiculous. Just violence and nudity, just your classic macho man 80s movie. And it was so much fun to make fun
Yeah.
of.
You say 20 years. I'm like, nah, it can't be that long. I've only been, we're not that far apart in age. I was like, yeah, I've only been out of high school. And I just realized this is coming up on 15 years. God
Yeah,
damn.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
I graduated 09, so yeah, I'm like 15,
Yeah, you
16.
are close to 20. You're at
Yeah.
17 this year.
Crazy, dude. It is just crazy. So time flies.
When you're having fun.
Yes, and we have had a lot of fun. And 6 years of the podcast has been a ton of fun too.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions today. And I think it's really interesting that this is such a big tradition in the United States that a lot of us do this. I was looking at some numbers and it's like about half of Americans tend to make New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that it's almost always like physical health stuff. It's look better, eat better, work out more, that kind of stuff. So we wanted to do an episode on this so we could help guide you through New Year's resolutions, make sure it's for the right reasons. If you're looking to live a healthier lifestyle, maybe give some suggestions as to actually make that happen. Make sure that your New Year's resolutions aren't just to make other people happy.
Mm-hmm.
And, why wait until the new year? If you really need to make a change in your life, like why wait for a certain time of year? Why not do it right when you need it? That's always been my gripe with New Year's resolutions. It's like, if you got a problem, fix it in the moment.
The hard part too is that the waiting to the new year thing kind of plays into my own procrastination.
Yeah.
I was someone, probably still am someone, back in like college, grad school. I'd be on my phone scrolling, bad habit, right? And I would say, okay, it's 8 o'clock right now. I've eaten dinner. It's nighttime. Whatever. I've done whatever. At 8:30, I'm gonna work on my paper or I'm gonna work on my assignment, whatever. I'd be scrolling. It hit 8:32. I'm like, fuck. I guess I'll wait till 9. And then I'd go till 9 and then I'd miss it again. And I just keep procrastinating. And then that's the hard part with New Year's resolutions. Like, cool, January 1st, I got this. January 2nd, even, I got this. And then it's like January 7th, the night that we're recording this. I was like, well, I haven't done it yet. I guess we'll wait till next year. So it plays into my procrastination of waiting until the new year. You're correct. You can start things whenever. But maybe we should more approach the new year of just a time to reflect and maybe come up with ideas or slowly come up with plans to make changes instead of deciding that I have to make a change January 1st. Because it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure at the end of the year. And it feels like it's got to be big, right? What's your resolution?
Yeah.
Someone's probably going to ask you and you got to have a good answer, right? You can't
They always
look like
ask
an
you,
idiot
just like at the start of this episode. Fuck.
I know.
Well, when it comes to making goals, if you are a therapist in training, a psychologist, I'm sure they talk about it in med school too. The idea of setting goals, usually you'll hear the acronym SMART goals, right? When you get into treatment planning, it's always the SMART goals. When you get even in education, there's SMART goals. I have to do my yearly observations, and they talk about setting goals, and they want it set in SMART format. So if you've heard the term SMART goals and you didn't know what they meant, you are in luck because we're going to tell you right now. So the S is specific. They want it to be a specific thing? What are we measuring? What are we looking at? What is the specific goal? The M for SMART is measurable. How are we measuring this? What units are we using? What are we doing in this sense? Achievable. I think achievable is very important and something that I've referenced already early, and you've even talked about it too. Of, is this even doable? If it's not achievable, what's the point, right? Like if it's not even possible, why even make the goal? R stands for relevant. Does this pertain to what we're working on and what we're trying to achieve? And then T for time bound. What is the time frame? Am I doing this, especially if you're doing treatment planning? Are we looking at this after 6 weeks? Are we looking at this after 4 weeks? I'm sure when you're diagnosing and treating and giving trying a new medication, you probably have a specific amount of time that you're going to look back on, or we're going to review this in this amount of time. So when it comes to SMART goals, these are kind of the main points that people that we've come up with to help people come up with things that are doable and not so daunting and scary.
Yeah, it's just a good framework to use to make sure that your goals are, reasonable and achievable.
Yeah.
So, what are the most common New Year's resolutions for 2026? According to Statista, the most common ones are exercising more, save more money, eating healthier.
Spending more time with friends and family. It's like they fucking talk to us, because we've we've kind of hit two of them ourselves. We also got lose weight, probably hand in hand with exercise more. Improve work performance.
We're not
Do
doing
more.
that.
No, hell no. Work smarter, not harder. Am I right? Just kidding. Nobody tell HR. Do more for the environment. That's it. I hadn't thought about that one. That's cool.
Yeah.
And reduce stress at your job. Hell yeah, that would be nice. You put something here on screen time. What are you thinking?
I was surprised that reducing screen time wasn't on the list.
Why would I want to do that?
Because it would help you probably do all of those things that all those other achievements, like exercising more, saving more money, eating healthier. Like less screen time just tends to make you more active and life healthier.
You're right. That actually might be another one for me that I've decided. I started the year strong with trying to leave my phone in my office at work and not carry it in my pocket. The hard part is that sometimes I need messages to come through, chats or email or calendar reminders to keep me on track with stuff. So what I've tried to do, again, as I've gotten back to work this week, is just to leave my phone in my drawer so it's not as easily accessible. So maybe that's another one I'm working on. Is just I am trying to reduce the screen time. I'm just kidding when I say, why would I want to do that? I do want to do that. My screen time was atrocious over my winter break, so I would like to get back. I'd like to get back to a much better level.
Isn't it amazing, like how much it can change quickly if you get a change in routine?
It's embarrassing.
I'm gonna call you out a little bit. How much did it go up? I'm curious.
God, dude. I'm not gonna say specific numbers, but it for sure doubled at some point.
Ooh, yeah.
I was home for the holidays. We're hanging out at home a lot. We weren't always doing something. I'm not even gonna try to defend myself. It was just bad. I saw one of the days. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah.
Gets out of hand. Some general stats for y'all, because we're Southern now. According to a paper by The Ohio State by Richard Batts in 2023, only 9% of people who make a resolution actually complete it. A little less than half of Americans make a resolution. I already spilled les beans on that one earlier. And 23% of people quit their resolution within the first week.
If you said something that's like very difficult, you're trying something new, hell yeah, you're gonna quit in the first week. If your goal is, I'm going to track everything that I eat every single day, I'm gonna work out 2 hours a day, and I'm gonna get 9 hours of sleep, that's just dead in the water. There's no way.
Too much.
And I think that's what's hard is people want to make changes, and we are such a now society. I want the change now. I want to be in a better spot right now, and we're not looking at it as the longer term thing. I think New Year's resolutions and the whole holiday of New Year's has been so commercialized that it just turns into this like quick, almost like a get rich quick scheme. right? It's
Mhm.
like this, you're going to do this one thing, this huge one thing right away, and then you're going to get better. Like things are just going to improve overnight. And that's just not the case for things that are sustainable, and doable. Um, what if someone had a resolution to improve their mental health? What do you think you would suggest?
Well, some things that we think and are also evidence based that could really help is to try
Evidence.
and evidence based, because that's what we're all about, baby. Try to do something scheduled that is social. This used to be like church for a lot of
Hmm.
people, to get you connected and have a reason to go somewhere and connect with people, give you a good community.
Hmm.
But, a lot of people aren't super religious these days, and church isn't a great option. Although, if it is your option, go for it too. I think church can be a wonderful place to go be with people who lift you up. Book clubs, gaming clubs, biker gangs,
Hmm. That's right.
Unity sports and rec leagues. There's lots of good options.
Have you heard about people talking about just like the lack of third spaces now? Like people just like
Yes.
don't have third spaces anymore. And if you're not familiar, third space is exactly that, like a third space that someone will spend their time in. For a lot of people, home and work, two spaces. Third spaces for a lot of people, yeah, it used to be church, used to be different community things because of COVID, probably. There's been a real decrease in the amount of people that have third spaces. So that's definitely been something that's impacted other people's ability to socialize and be around others and just have that thing that I think made a lot of people happier. It even makes me think about the book that we've talked about, The Anxious Generation, how people are just spending less time together. The author specifically talked about kids having less time growing up outside, horsing around with their friends. But I think in general, people are just spending less time around others out in the community. And I think
Yeah.
that's had a big impact on people.
Yeah. I mean, if an average teenager is spending 8 hours a day on their phone, that's not a lot of time to actually spend time with other people your age, face to face and in person.
Mhm. Well, when you have 8 hours at school, you're not really spending time together. You're just in school, and then you're hopefully sleeping 8 hours. So that's it. That's your day.
There's not enough time in the day.
No. Yeah. Some other things to do to help improve your mental health: get moving. This is something that we know can help. Exercise with on your own, exercising with others, but definitely wanting to focus on something that you actually like to do. If it's gonna be, if you set the New Year's resolution of I'm gonna run a marathon, and you've never run or you haven't run in years, that's not going to be fun. You're not going to enjoy doing that. But if your New Year's resolution is, maybe I already go to the gym, but maybe I'm going to start to join the once a week Zumba class that's going on. Or maybe I'm going to do the high intensity interval training class that's on at 6:30. Maybe I'm going to try something different because I think I'll like it. Um, Movement can be really hard though. Exercise can be really hard for people to get back into. So if it's
Yeah.
something that you want to do, definitely wanting to make sure you do something that you actually like to do. Even walking is exercise. So even walking, listening to an audiobook, listening to a podcast, listening to us, reading a book, watching a show while you do cardio, something like that. Starting something as simple as that can be great. And definitely, yeah, the idea of exercising with others and not just doing it by yourself can be really helpful.
Yeah, because it's kind of two birds with one stone. You get a little
Mhm.
community element and you get a
Yeah,
little exercise and movement. A
yeah.
lot of good benefits. If you can combine multiple things in one, then they're extra good for you.
Yeah. And real quick, while we're on the topic of exercise, I know a lot of people step into the gym for the first time January 1st or January 2nd or for the first time in a long time, and they get really worried about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I don't give a fuck what anyone else is doing in the gym. All right, I'm too busy uh trying to, get through the workout or get through the exercise or the lift. Typically Kevin and I work out together. Today was a day that we worked out separately because I had some other things to do before we recorded. And let me tell you, I didn't look at anybody. I made zero eye contact. The only person I talked to was asking if somebody was using a specific machine, and they weren't. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. So just know most of the time people are not paying attention to you, and they know that this is a time of year where people go to the gym. You deserve to be there. You deserve to be a part of that community, to use that space. You're paying for it. go do it. So hopefully that could at least be a little helpful. You deserve to be there. Don't worry too much about the other people in the gym.
Hey, I like it. I think that's a great message that, yeah, gym gyms are a weird place because everyone's got their headphones on. There's
Hmm.
not a ton of interaction, but
Yeah,
I've noticed that when you actually do get the chance to talk to people in the gym, most of them are very supportive and they're
yeah,
very, yeah,
yeah,
they want to see you there. They want to make sure that you're doing okay and that you feel confident to be there, even if it's not like been historically your thing.
yeah. Kevy and I made friends with two guys a couple years ago they were youth football coaches in the area. They'd coached their
Cool.
sons, and now their sons are juniors in high school. So we've kind of watched them grow up, which is weird in its own sense. But they're always super nice, always supportive, love to ask questions. We bullshit. I during football season I ask about the boys season, just things like that. People are generally pretty nice in the gym. People are at different levels of fitness too and learning new things all the time. So again, you deserve to be in there. You are not fuck this bullshit of like, oh, the New Year's resolution or shut the fuck up. Go in there. Those people suck. Don't worry about them. Go in there, enjoy your time, try something new, try something you know how to do, whatever it is that gets you in there. You just being there, especially if you haven't been there in a while, is a win already. So good for you.
I love that mindset. Did you notice that your gym was more busy after New Year's?
You know, I didn't go on Monday, so that was the 5th. Tuesday, we were there yesterday. It seemed okay. I mean, it wasn't like super crazy. Kevin had mentioned that there seemed to be different people than we're used to seeing around that time. But today, I kind of made note that it didn't seem super crowded or anything, and it is what it is. I mean, if it's a little busier, it's a little busier. It's okay.
Yeah,
It'll
as
be
long
fine.
as,
Yeah.
yeah, sounds like it's not too busy by any means. You're not
No,
waiting for anything out of
no, no,
the
no,
ordinary.
no.
Good.
Yeah.
And tip number 3 on if you want to better your mental health, try to do more things that help you relax. We
Yeah.
live in a world that is just go, go, go. And we used to have a lot of downtime before smartphones and the internet and technology, where our nervous systems would actually calm down. But now it just seems like we are constantly doing something. There's not a lot of time for our nervous systems to calm down, wind down. So, doing something intentional can really be helpful. And in
Hmm.
terms of evidence-based stuff that we like to recommend, meditation and yoga are really good ones, but reading is a really good one. There's lots of good things that you can use. I would just recommend maybe no TikTok.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a big reader. Reading has been, I'm not gonna say it's changed my life, but it's been a great hobby that I've picked up in the last. So this is gonna be the start of year 4 of having a Kindle. I've
Nice.
read so many books. I've read 73 books in 3 years. Isn't that
Whoa,
crazy?
that's
I do not
awesome.
seem like I'm a reader, and I read the fuck out of books. Like reading has been great. It's been such a good, like there's some like, I don't want to say weird, but there's just been this sense of like enjoyment that I get from reading that I haven't gotten in a while, and that's been super cool. Um my cousins have also started to read. My sister started to read. I know Kevin wants to read more. I don't want to put her too much on the spot. But because my cousins and my sister have started to read, we all read The Housemaid by
Cool.
Frida McFadden, and the movie just came out, and we went to go see it recently over the holiday break. So that was cool. So just like, I don't know, reading has been cool. It's been a good. It's definitely made a comeback. Part of it, I think, because of the TikTok. There's the section of TikTok called Book Talk. A lot of people have just
Yeah.
read, and if you go to like Target or if you go to Barnes and Noble, they have specific sections that say like "seen on Book Talk." So like they're getting into it too. But man, reading has been such a good hobby that I've picked up. So I'm going to advocate for reading. Also, get your local library card. If you live in a community or near a library, get your library card because that helps to keep libraries funded. I mean, I use the Libby app all the time to get ebooks. I haven't paid for a book in probably the 3 years. I maybe
Nice.
bought one here and there, but I really have not paid for any books. Haven't had to buy a book. You can get audiobooks, you can get ebooks. Get the Libby app, support your local library, read if you want to read electronically, get a Kindle, get a Nook, get a Kobo if you want to do an e-reader. or just get physical books at the library. But reading is good. And just like with exercise, read a book that you want to read. Don't feel like you have to read the classics. Don't feel like you have to read anything uh, mind provoking. Read smut if you want to. Read romance. Read the cheesy thrillers. Whatever. Just read. If that's something you want to
Yeah.
do, read. I've really liked reading. It's been fun.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I kind of fell into that trap of feeling like I had to read the classics. So I read a
Fuck
lot of
that.
Faulkner and Hemingway. And did I really enjoy it that much? Like, no,
Oh,
wasn't that great?
book talk got me a few years ago. I read an Ernest Hemingway book. What the hell was it called? I just looked it up the other day. Let me tell you, shit was boring. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Mr. Ernest, but
That's
man,
okay.
I did not like it.
For Whom the Bell Tolls,
No, it
The
was.
Sun Also Rises.
Let's move forward with the script, but I got you. I'm gonna look
Well,
it up right
actually,
now.
I want to jump ahead a little bit since we're on the
Yeah,
topic of books. What was your
let's do
book
it.
of 2025? What was your favorite?
Oh fuck! See, you're getting me hyped right now. Okay, let me. I'm pulling up my Goodreads anyway, so let's see. So last year I read 28 books, which was cool. I
Ooh,
set a goal for
nice.
25. I had a really good summer. I read 10 in the summer. Had a lot of time. But if I were to look at this and give you a couple, uh, there's this author S.A. Crosby. He's been popping up on Book Talk a lot. He reads mystery thrillers, like pretty like adult ones. I read two of his books last year: All the Sinners Bleed and King of Ashes. I think King of Ashes out of the two was top tier. Really liked it.
Nice.
Holly Jackson is another author that I've read a good amount of. She writes more young adult, but her first adult mystery thriller book was called Not Quite Dead Yet. Very
Yeah.
good book. Really enjoyed it. Man, I don't know if I could really pick one. I'm a big, if you haven't noticed, thriller mystery guy. Those have been good. Yeah, let's go with those. I also, you know what? I'm reading a series right now. It's more of a young adult. It's called Scythe. I read two of the books. I'm trying to finish the third one now, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that was read all over. I mean, I read The Anxious Generation last year too, right? So that's, I read Grit by Dr. Duckworth. That's another kind of like psychology self-improvement ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read a little bit of everything. I've gotten a little more into science fiction. I read Project Hail Mary. Have you heard of that one?
My brother just read that. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's coming out this year. It's a good one. So yeah, I'm a little all over the place. I don't know if I didn't really answer you because I didn't give you one, but
You gave me a lot. Why not?
those are
I
the
like
highlights
it.
out of the 28. Yeah,
Cool. So
yeah,
yeah, to wrap up the scripted part of the episode here, take home points. You do not have to be anything more than what you are. You are perfect just the way you are. You are always enough. But a healthy mindset to have is a growth mindset. Always improve yourself. Always be better than you were the day before. I know that's kind of a weird, conflicting message, but that's an important one in mental health, to say that you are enough, but there's always room for improvement too. So if you want to make a New Year's resolution and you want to stick to it, make it important. Make it something that you truly want for yourself and to better your life and better yourself and be healthier.
yeah. And if it's important to you, you don't have to do it tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect tomorrow. Small steps, I think, is really important.
Yes.
I found the book that I read that was not good. I didn't enjoy. A Movable Feast.
Oh, yeah, that's an old
Yeah,
one, right? The classic one, yeah,
it
the
was. Yeah,
Hemingway.
it was shorter, a little less than 200 pages. Man, could not get into it. It was a struggle, dude.
I
No
feel you.
disrespect to people that like books like that, but man, that was not. And maybe just maybe my palate for books isn't very academic, and that's okay.
It's kind of like wine, right? It's like, what's the best
Yeah,
wine? Whatever you like to drink. Like,
whatever you like.
it doesn't matter. People can be snooty about it, but it does not matter.
Exactly.
So why do you think change is so hard?
Oh, I think we set ourselves up for failure sometimes. I think we
Yeah.
want to make. I think we want to make every change tomorrow, or we want to make every change this morning. Like
Mhm.
I think we set ourselves up for failure sometimes, and I think for me, I've struggled with that in the past for sure. It's something I've had to work on, trying to just like we got to do little by little. If I can share a little more and be open with like my own wanting to prioritize my health, when we talked about, remember the book, the T-shirt swim club, and Dr. Carmel
Yeah.
when she came on. For me, it was the little by little, right? When I finally read that book and was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna make my doctor's appointment. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
sure I'm attending, things like that. And a year later, even when I was having a hard time getting a hold of my primary care physician, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this into my own hands. I'm gonna find a different one that I think would work better.
Yeah.
I did that when in the past I might have just let it kind of go and not set a yearly appointment. So I did that. Had my eye doctor appointment recently. Have kept up with other things, like just stuff like that, little by little. And it started with just setting the first appointment, and it kind of put me into a point where, like, the end of 24 throughout 2025, I felt like in a much better spot because I took a small step and not needing to feel like I needed to reinvent the wheel or be perfect, the very next day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even from like a neurologic standpoint, it is hard to make change. Your brain is programmed to solve problems the way that it solved problems in the past. The less energy you have to use to solve new problems is like an evolutionary advantage. So your brain tends to just go back to the same old patterns that it knows
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make new patterns. It's hard to make big changes. So yeah, that's one of the big reasons why it's got to be slow. It's got to be small
Mhm.
changes, stuff that you feel like you can actually stick to long term.
Attainable. The A in
Attainable. There
smart.
you go. I like it. Some
We've
quick
Yeah,
hitters.
let's do it. How are you
What are
feeling
your
about?
favorite?
Oh, which one do you want to do? No,
How you
let's.
feeling about 2026?
No. You go first. I want to hear how you're feeling about 2026.
You know, I'm optimistic. I'm hoping there's more opportunities to do more like video content and professional mental health videos. I think everything that we did with Sword was such an awesome experience. I'm hoping more of that happens. I hope the world does not go up in a ball of flames. You?
Hey, same thing. I feel pretty good about it. I think the older we get, the more maybe in control we feel about certain things. So we have the potential to make our own changes and do all that. So I think that's we'll be optimistic. Raiders just fired Pete Carroll. I don't know how I feel about that, but we got the number one pick. Give me Fernando Mendoza. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised they didn't give him another year, but he is so very old. So maybe they just wanted some fresh blood in there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Favorite moment of 2025?
There's a lot of good ones, man. I mean, we were just in Portugal together a couple months ago. That's pretty hard to
Hmm.
beat. I don't know. It was a lot of travel, a lot of trips this year. I took a. This isn't a flex or anything. Just I had 14 different travel plane trips
Woo.
between weddings. Tim and Amy, Greg and Natalie, Lita and Imad, baby showers, Leslie and Brandon. I'm gonna miss some things here and there, but just getting to Kevin's sister, he graduated from optometry school. My own cousins graduated from college. What else? Bachelor parties here and there. There's just a lot of time with friends and family. I got to go home a lot, which is great, to California. Um, my high school friends, we talked about it all year, how we'd gotten to see each other so much in 2025. It was awesome. I'm probably missing some moments here and there. Getting to just do a lot of these trips with Kevy is great too.
Yeah.
I joke about this all the time with her. Anytime we take a trip, a couple years ago, I was like, "Oh, we're kind of travelers. We like to go places, whatever." And she kind of like blew it off a little bit. And she might deny it, but she did. But then this year, she kind of jokingly says it to me too. Oh, wow, we're such travelers. Like, yeah, we're at the airport a shit ton this year. So, yeah, I think it was just a cool year to continue to connect with family and friends. Again, we got to go to Portugal together. We got to spend a whole week together. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. What about you?
For sure. Yeah, Portugal's definitely up there. I would say Christmas was a really cool one, just because my son's right at that age where he was just so into it. And it was fun to see him experience that for the first time. And then also finding out that my wife was pregnant with our second child. And we were super excited to find out about that because we've been trying for about like 6 months. And it's always stressful when it like, what's wrong? Like, why isn't this happening? And all of a sudden it
Yeah.
happens. And it's just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's finally here.
Yeah. What about music? Musical artists. I talked about books a little bit. What do you got for 2025?
For music artists, I mentioned them on the show before, but the Burrows, what are the local bands here?
Nice.
I was in their top 0.001% of listeners on my Spotify. And so like I sent him a screenshot of that, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, if anyone wants to come on the show and
Yeah.
and talk about mental health. And they said, yeah, we'll ask around and see if anyone wants to do it. So you might hear someone from the Burrows come on in this next year.
That's tight.
If we can get them on the show here. They're really busy though, because they're always performing and practicing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say the Burrows. How about your musical artist of 2025?
I'm looking at my Spotify Wrapped. Man, I had a lot of good ones on there. Bad Bunny really stuck out to me this year. I had a lot of Bad Bunny. I'm a big Sabrina Carpenter fan. I listened to her a bunch. Mr. J. Beebs, he made a comeback for sure this year. So
yeah,
I don't know, a lot of good music, a lot of artists. My boy Big X the Plug. If you haven't heard him, I fuck with him a lot. He's cool. I don't know. It felt like a good year for music. I'm trying my best, but it gets hard. I try not to just listen to the same things over and over again. I'm sure Kevy will say different with the stuff we listen to in the car, but I'm definitely trying to expand a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like an old head, but I feel like the older music was just so good. But trying to find some new things that I like.
I like it. All right, last one. What is your TV show or series of 2025?
Pit was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good. I don't know if you guys watched it. Stranger Things just ended.
Yes,
cool. Yeah, I mean it was a good ending. I don't really know. What else we watched. Nothing's. I'm definitely missing something. But yeah, let's say those two. What about you?
Agree on The Pit. That was probably my favorite drama. I can't remember if it was this year, but Shrinking, that second season was so good. It was so funny.
That Apple TV?
Yep, that was Apple TV. Yeah. And I would say worst show or biggest disappointment was Last of Us season 2.
Really?
That first season was so good. I thought it was Breaking Bad level good. And then that second season had none of the magic. Just none of it.
Really?
Spoiler alert, they killed the main character, Pedro Pascal, like a 1 or 2 episodes in, and then it was just not the same show after that. Because I think they were following the video game, and that's what happened in the game. But it was just a huge mistake.
So then a lot of people knew that was coming.
Yeah. People who had played the game knew it was coming, but I didn't play the game, so I was big disappointment.
No, he's dead.
I was like, there's no way they're gonna kill him off this early. Like he's gonna weasel his way out of this. And nope, he flat out died.
Dead. Wow, all right.
He did.
Well, it's been good seeing you for the first time in 2026.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed joining us for 2026, our first episode of the year. Just thank you guys for rocking with us. It's been a fun 6 years to this point. We're looking forward to 6 years and beyond more. Happy New Year, happy holidays, happy 2026. You know the deal. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Share, like, review, subscribe, follow, whatever the button does after you press it. Leave us a review, leave us a comment on either Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We'd love to see it. Follow us on social media at MillennialMHC and MillennialMHC.com. And for the first time in 2026, remember to take care of y'all mentals.